This video is going to be about oil change and what kind of oil. And a lot of people say, hey, I gotta change oil every 5,000 miles. Or some people say, hey, I gotta change oil every 3,000 miles. Oh, my oil get dirty next day, or my oil get dirty after 3 months. So in this case, it's going to be Mobil 1 full synthetic. It's rated for 20,000. They used to have oil which is good for a whole year, and I'm just gonna clear some. People have some ideas saying, oh, you know, I gotta change oil more frequently to save my engine life. Okay, this car right here, I already got 200,000, and it's a 2014. And what I was doing all this time, as you can see, odometer says 211,000 miles. Maintenance required. Also, I'm gonna show you how to change them, reset the settings on the maintenance screen. You can hear my engine. Nice. And no noise, no knocking, no sound of wear and tear, nothing at all. So what I try to say is, I was putting oil once a year. Once a year I was changing oil, basically, because the oil from Mobil 1 yearly oil, it's rated for a whole year. So sometimes I change maybe after 10 months. And since 2014, 5-6 years, excellent condition. And don't believe what people says about, oh, I gotta change every 5,000. Every 5,000 miles you have to grease all your fittings on the bottom and propeller shaft, which is I'm gonna show you in this video. And this video, it's a Toyota 4runner 2014. Any third generation Toyotas, it would be exactly the same thing. So let me shut the engine off. Oil gonna be kind of hot. I'm actually not gonna shut the engine off because I gotta put it on the rams, because I'm gonna bring this car on the rams and go from there. Go get the rams. So we're gonna put it on the rams. We're gonna bring it up. Make sure it's straight. Shove it, get out of the way. Shove it. Shove. Shove it. Go. Go play. Get out from here. Get the dog out. So give you much more clearance, and I can see what I gotta do here. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go under and grease entire propeller shaft, which is gonna show you all the fittings. Hopefully position is right, otherwise you have to move a little bit. And when you're going under, you better check everything, all your suspension and everything else. Do a little inspection, that way you know what's going on. Since weather is suck here and winter has got salt on the roads, everything is rusting like crazy. So look for simple stuff. Make sure your boots is in place, nothing ripped. I know some guy says, oh, I got this special liquid, I'm gonna lubricate it from outside so they stay soft. They should last for a long time. If your boot is ripping, it's time to change the whole CV joint, not to do any Mickey Mouse lubrication of the rubber. So that's 14 Toyota 4Runner. Any 4Runners up to the latest 122, same design. You got a big shield on the bottom, that's gotta come off. This is gonna come off, this is gonna come off. I'm gonna show in the video. Everything's gonna come off. Right here it's a drain plug if you want to do quick drain drop oil, just the oil. So we're gonna move back more. So here's that primary propeller shaft, which is going to the transfer box. Right now we're gonna see if position is right. See the grease fittings right there? You cannot even see. I have to move the car because they facing on 45 degree up. No way it's gonna be able to get to there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move car a little back and then I'm gonna check everything over again, because this is not good position for a grease fittings. See, this grease fittings is actually good. As you can see, I'm gonna grease this one right now, and one in the back. They're gonna be facing the same way. Joint got little corrosion on it. Maybe it's gonna start leaking soon. Here's that transmission pan. I marked all that stuff. I changed transmission oil every 2 years, and I also, here's the 2 grease fittings right here. Maybe I'll be able to get on those, but still need to rotate the car. Grease fittings every 5,000 they recommend, which is understandable because you're spinning a prop shaft real hard, especially highway miles. So that needs to be done. But the oil change, like again I said, you can easily go for 25,000 and not wasting oil, money and time. We're gonna go to the farthest one and I'm gonna see if I can get to that grease fitting. And that grease fitting, probably on that side, it's single one, it's inside the cross. Let me see on which side. I think it's on this side, yeah. So I'm sure I should be able to get it. And get this one real quick. Then I'm gonna move forward, so I don't have to. And the grease, you can put synthetic one. Synthetic grease, buy very expensive one, a nice one. Don't be cheap on the grease, because otherwise you'll be changing a lot of stuff if you're not lubricate it right, or you're using a cheap grease. You want to make sure your prop shaft lasts for a long time. Let's see, I'm gonna see if I have to, which way it's facing. It's facing 45 too, so I might have to move the car, but I'm gonna see. Maybe not. And push the grease until you hear the noise and actual grease come out. That's very important. You wanna push it all the way until you licked out all the black stuff. I'm gonna show you that. See the grease coming out around the prop shaft right here? That's perfect. I'm gonna pump a couple more. It might drip all around the car and on the street when you go fast, but that's okay as long as you get fresh grease on those tiny needle bearings. Right here I got 2 grease fittings on this side, and those 2 grease fittings actually face in good position right here. As you can see, I should probably get a camera on top of my head. That's probably would be a good idea, but that's all right. Nice and easy. The first grease fitting, it's for a shaft which is extends, so you don't want to put too much, maybe 2-3 pumps. The second one is a needle bearings, and you can hear the sound coming out. See? I'm gonna push it, so clear grease coming out. That way you know you're all good. I'm gonna see if I can get in those two. Sometimes you have to move the car to rotate it. I don't know if I'll be able to get it. Probably gonna have to rotate this. Let me see if it leaks. And this one is good. The one on the prop shaft, I got that one too. I'm gonna pump until noise come out, air pump pushed out, and then fresh grease. And then when you know you did a good job, grease prop shaft. And that prop shaft's gonna probably last you 400,000 miles, maybe even more, as long as you got enough grease in there. I'm gonna see if I can get in this guy. If I get in this guy, then I'm done with grease and stuff. Toyota 4runner only has basically 2 prop shafts which you need to grease, and that's it. No more fittings, no more grease fittings on a CV, not CV joint, they're ball joints. There is, everything is solid, kept. So that's how easy to grease prop shaft. We'll get that camera over here so I can show you a better picture. Okay, to get all this stuff ready so you can see. Get a better picture of entire removal, because in order to remove you have to take down a lot of stuff in this car. You're gonna get a perfect idea what needs to be done. So you're gonna need a 10 millimeter socket, and I don't remember the socket on that side, but it's okay. I know it's gonna be 10 millimeters. I can go in there and just check, because a lot of bolts, lots of bolts, it's 10 millimeters here, but the one in there, let me see real quick. Don't tell me I'm missing one. 13 probably, no, 12. It's gonna be probably 12. This guy, yeah, perfect, 12. So 12 millimeter, I'm gonna bring a drill. So on a drill I can go faster, but first I'm gonna use a ratchet anyway. So this is gonna come out, that's gonna come out, this is gonna come out. I'm gonna bring a little tray to stuff. Today is perfect here. Chicago weather. It's actually got much warmer. So you're still gonna need to use a ratchet because stuff's so tight, sits there for a long time. And I suggest always use clear silicone grease. Use synthetic one. So they find some stuff here. Gonna use a power drill to make it faster, but besides that, push it forward. This oil change up, it might take probably like 40 minutes. Let's see if I can move it. See? I got tight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this camera closer so you can see actual bolts inside. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break it. The bolt first. Move this out of the way. You got this guy right here. Got this guy right here. And you don't have to worry about this one because it's gonna be part of the tray. So you just go like this. See? What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put it forward, the whole thing. I leave it forward, so that way it's right there. I don't have to take it out. So all the bolts I'm gonna have to lubricate. It's 4 bolts here. We do the next one. But before you do the next one, you need a flat screwdriver. You're gonna need a flat screwdriver because we're gonna remove the plastic. Those plastic rivets, it's very easy to remove. Make sure it's not too cold outside because you're gonna plastic become brittle. Doesn't like to be. Now 2 more are here. So you got 1, 2, 3. All this stuff is very simple. Kindergarten. And 1 more right here. Just come out, put it inside. Now all this needs to come off too. All this needs to come off right here. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. That's a 10mm bolts. Right here I made that new bolts, everything stainless steel. And on this side the whole thing has to come out. So you're gonna see what we're gonna do here. One rivet, one more rivet, plastic one. I'm gonna put 20,000 mile oil. Maybe change it when 18,000 comes. I couldn't find the other oil. Looks like they discontinued or something. But like I said, I was using for a long time since I bought the car, and I had no problems, no issues, no nothing. Engine still quiet and everything else. So believe what you see, not what people say, you know. One, two. See my fancy washer? It's actually 25 cents. It's holding plastic. So my battery died on this little GoPro battery eater device. So we're gonna continue. So now the whole thing comes off. One, two, three. See? Straightforward. It's a little pain in the ass to get it out, but you can get it out. Just remember, put it the same way. So now you have access to last skid plate, which is protects the front of the engine, lower part, you know. So basically gonna do the same thing, break it loose. Unless you want to use a heavy duty impact gun, you could, but you don't need too much force on this thing, you know. It's gonna hold the front. It's got two hooks. Got two hooks right here, and once you drop the front bolt, it's gonna swing like a hinge. See how it swings? So if you let it go, it's gonna swing like this. That's how it swings. But I'm gonna remove it. I'm not gonna keep it that way. You just actually have to change the gear. Just like that. Get that thing out of the way. See how heavy duty this thing? Monster thing. Big ass, a lot of weight. Some people change it aftermarket, they put like a strong aluminum stuff, but who cares? So you got full access here to your oil filter, which is right here. I gotta get a tool. I got a Toyota original tool. See all my supports. I made it extra support for a push bumper. It's my push bumper here. So, and my horn right there. See the big horn? So now you got completely access to do your work, to change the oil and get stuff out of the way. And first I'm gonna drain that plug right here. So let me go get a new washer and bucket. I'm gonna get this one right here, and drop that plug off and drain the liquid. A bucket right here already. Put the bucket in place. Hopefully I get good picture to see. I'm gonna go back now. Yeah. And then I don't know if it's the same. Let's see. I don't know if it's a 12 or what. Could be. Could be size up. Could be size up. Yeah, it looks like size up. Yep. So you're not gonna use a drill on that or an impact gun unless you're crazy. Always use a ratchet because they recommend a torque it, but just go by hand. It's not rocket science. You know, when it gets tight, don't over tight it. You're gonna strip it. You're gonna strip that threads inside that thing, and then you have to change the whole what do you call that thing? The pen, because threads inside the pen. So what you do, you get in position, and when ready to come out, you have to hold the knot. Don't do no stupid stuff here. You just go like this, and then downstairs, boom. See? And you got minimum. You got minimum of splash, so you don't get dirty, and also keep the rack handy, you know. So that's it. That's it. How too easy. Unscrew that thing. I gotta put new washer on it to remove the old one which is stuck right there. And chocolate is coming out. Some engine design so the oil gets dirty right away. It doesn't mean oil get bad. It could get dirty. Yep. That's a differential gearbox right here. That's a front differential plug right here. I changed every 2 years. I changed also differential fluid front and back. So I think it's about six quarts. 6 quarts. I put also additive to the oil to stabilize it, synthetic additive. So that way oil is much better. Yep. I'll go get a new washer for that. And I'll be right back. That way I can put the plug back and I'm done with draining. You could probably use the same washer multiple times. It's not a rocket science, it's just a smashed aluminum. So I guarantee you, if you don't have the washer, you can keep the old one and nothing's gonna happen. Especially if you are type mechanics, you want to change oil every 3,000 or every 5,000. Yeah, you don't want to change that washer all the time, you know. But since I'm doing like for 9 months, 7 months, I'm gonna put new one in, and it's very simple. I'm just gonna wait until it drips all the oil out. I can push that washer off right now while it's still coming. See, it went there on 4. So we're gonna check that old washer to see the difference, how this washer gets smashed or not. Yeah, it got smashed a little bit. You can still probably reuse it, but I'm gonna put new one. So just wipe the area from the grease and all the other stuff around. See how shiny that spot got? Real shiny. So what I'm gonna do is grab my nut. This nut, I don't think it's got a magnet. No magnet on it. The older car had a magnet. So make sure you lubricate. Make sure you lubricate everything. Don't lubricate like I just did, because I think it went inside somewhere. Yep, I think it went for swim inside the bucket. Okay, that's no good. I'm gonna have to go get a new washer, because I'm not gonna fish for the one inside there. washer out when they drain the oil, refill it to the bucket. But right now I'm gonna use another washer. So what you want to do is, when I get that washer wet, oily, make sure nut is wet too, and the threads and everywhere else. Just go like this, 1, 2, 3. So you go in all the way. Take a ratchet, switch rotation, feel it. That's it. That's how you drain the oil. So now we're gonna go to the step 2. Make a mess here, man. Come on. What's wrong with you? Spill all this stuff. I'm gonna go step 2, which is gonna be removing a filter. It's a Toyota filter, which is a canister. And that canister, it's actually a little pain in the ass the way they design it, but you can manage it. Old one was 1, 2, 3, but this one it's a little bit more work to change the cartridge and all other stuff, you know. It's right here. So you may go get a new filter and a ratchet, special socket for that. Some Toyotas, they're using the same filter size. You have to check with dealership. Here's the filter, and here's that special socket. It's actually look like this. It goes over it, it grabs that thing, and you unscrew. By manual right here, you have to remove the centerpiece, you have to attach the hose, you have to drain, and other stuff. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna show you real easy, quick way. And just remember, you always want to change the O-rings in here. Here's the OEM heavy duty filter. What's up with this, man? I'm gonna be open a little bit, you know. So that's the OEM. So we're gonna change this cartridge, and we're gonna change main ring. I'm not gonna change the small one because I'm not gonna take apart the plug in the middle. Make sure the O-ring is get completely in lubrication and oil. So I'm gonna see if I can put it certain way so I can see, I can get a bit better picture for this little pain in the butt design. So I'm gonna move this bucket out of the way, bring it closer when I'm ready to. So basically setup is going to be like this. That's how you're going to do. You're going to put it over it. Make sure you get all the way. That's what your Jiffy Lube guys not using proper tool, and they damage the cars. I hear different stories the way they screw the Toyota cars. They end up changing some more than just the filter. See how in the beginning a little bit tight, but it's gonna get loose. Let me get this angle. So I'm gonna bring this, and I'm also gonna get paper towel ready because it might be a little bit messy, but it's not the end of the board. It's loose. I use my hand on it. It's gonna start leaking like shit. See? So just let it drip. Let it drip, release the pressure so it doesn't splash you like hell. See, that's your filter. That's your filter, which has been here almost a year. See, still perfectly holding position, I mean shape. So what you do is take the cartridge off. You see the cartridge? You drain this stuff. Gotta stay there near the drain. That's just basically a canister, and the rubber O-rings right here, which is I'm gonna make it remove right now. Where's my screwdriver? So just grab it, pull it, and it comes off. You can wipe it. You don't need to wipe it. Wipe it inside in case it's got all this dirt in here, because it's filtering stuff on this side. So you can wipe it so less crap inside, you know. Now you can actually put new cartridge in here, and you can put it right away. So the new cartridge goes in here, just like that. Boom. That's it, done. What do you gotta do with O-ring? This is new O-ring. You don't use tools on it, you use your hands. You soak it in the oil. See how I just did? You just go over it. Boom. Should have put it in the right spot, otherwise you're not going to be able to close it. See? It's not too bad. Just wipe it and then I'm going to screw back in. Should be straightforward, you know. Screw back in. And it has a mark on the canister body. I made an actually mark. The way you know how to over tight it, because what it is it's actually plastic canister, so you don't want to over tie this thing. Put this crap in here. I'm done with this. Close it up. See? They recommend to use this Mickey Mouse crap. Don't bother wasting time. Just do like I did, and you save a lot of time. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna retie it. Get this thing out of the way. I'm gonna retie it back. Important to lubricate the O-ring, because you're gonna damage and strip that thing, because it goes against aluminum body. See how easy? Now it has a stop, so you just snag a little bit. That's it, you're done. Now the funny part is I'm gonna get cap off, because cap sometimes gets stuck in here, so you have to work. That's it, it wasn't that bad. I'm just gonna clean it so no drips. Check for leaks everywhere, everything looks good. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And I'm gonna reassemble all this stuff back the way it was, the way I took it out. So remember, this monster goes first. So very important to get those bolts lubricated with grease. What I did before is I replaced all these bolts. All these bolts is aftermarket. I had ordered on Amazon, stainless steel. So no way they're gonna have any problems. You can see they're all the same. Plastic I'm not gonna lubricate. 10 millimeters. Maybe I can put little grease on this 25 cents washers. It goes against the plastic, so not too bad. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. Just a little bit refresh. You know, I'm using this silicone paste. That way it's easier to unscrew next time, you know. It's not too bad. Takes a minute, but you know, I don't have to worry about getting hard stuck inside, you know. So now we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. You know, you're gonna need a 1, 2, 3, 4 for this monster cover. Get this out of the way. And I'm gonna get my drill ready. Because I'm gonna use drill. I'm gonna use drill in the beginning. It will make it easier, you know. That's about most pain in the butt to get the shields back in place. All that stuff out of the way. Drag this monster over. Remember, it's got hooks in here, so this hooks has to go in first. Then you can reposition, line up the holes. Once you see the hole, you know you're in the right spot. Want to do the one in the back first. You can start this one just to be sure you're in the right position here. And it's a deep inside, so you want to get the drill ready. Put it on the socket like this. Get in there. See? Wasn't that bad. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Make sure it's straight, not a cross thread or something. I can't even see it, but I'm gonna do it. Oh, where's the hole? Let's see. Maybe it's not lining up right. Yep, it needs to go. Needs to go in. Go in more. Made a mistake. Shouldn't time up. Leave it loose. See? Now we can move it. Get in there. Come on. Oh, the hook is off. That's why. Gotta get it. Make sure you get it in the hole. Now I'm gonna have to open it. See? not gonna go in. You have to drop it down. Have to swing. Here you go. See it? Now it's in place. That's the main pain in the butt. So where on is this thing? Gotta go back on. One more. Now I'm gonna use it. Socket, just go by hand. So you know this thing is not gonna get unscrew on you. Don't ever trust that power tools. Always double check. Now next step is 10 millimeters in the rivets. Next step is going to be this guy. Bring it up. So this one is in place. That's your next step. 10 millimeters. Let me get a socket. I'm gonna drill. I'm ready for this. Get all the 10 millimeters in the rivets. Three, 4. See, bunch of rivets and 10 millimeters. So this guy goes in like that, same way you took it out. Don't get confused. It is a pain in the ass to pass it. You get it right angle. You can do it. See what I mean? Has to go inside. Once you pass inside there, that's it. It would stay. First thing you do, grab one rivet. The center one, right here. You got a center hole. Line up. Put that baby in place. Because that's the one, it's actual rivet. Those rivets opens up, huh? Why is it so open? After winter, it kind of opened, but here I got it. Boom. Holds in place. So now, put this back. Start by hand or whatever you want to do. My 10 millimeter. I'm gonna, at the end, I'm gonna show you how to reset that maintenance indicator. It's a timer. It comes up every 5,000 miles, and you don't need to change the oil every 5,000 miles. When it comes up, you just go and grease that propeller shaft. After you're done, you reset it and you keep going. You got also timer inside GPS navigation maintenance app, which is you can preset as many miles as you want, and that way you know when your oils expire, you know. So this part almost done. I'm gonna put this guy back, and this guy is only rivets, and that's for an airflow. He grabs the air from the front, he pushes through the engine to transmission on the bottom of the car, so that way your car is always, when you're moving, the car has good flow. This rivets straightforward. You pull it back, it give you ability to squeeze and go in the hole, and when you push it in, it opens up, doesn't come out. So it's very easy. It's not a rocket science. Anybody can do. One more. Where'd he go? Right here. Now, the final part, it's another 4 bolts. Another 4 bolts, which is for that skid plate, which is on the front. So that should be straightforward too. And you know, you already time up the oil plug, and you double check everything, make sure you got no leaks. I'm gonna go on this side. I'm gonna put this camera on the way. Hold on, new camera. So you can see better picture angle. Okay. Where are you going? Stay. So now this one, just grab it, and also it's got a hook, but the only one hook right here. Right here, the hook, and you just line up, and it kind of hooks up, kind of holds itself, but still you want to get in the right spot so you can help line up the holes. And that's another fucking hole over here. And another bolt right here. 1, 2, 3. Use the drill, that way it goes faster. But still, on the end, what you're gonna do on the end, you're gonna retorque everything. You want to be precise, use a torque wrench. You want to be just go by hand, go by hand. Just gotta get the right socket in here. Go by hand, time up. 1, 2. Let's see if I can. 3, 4. Bingo. It's done. Done. Now it's a oil part. Fill the oil. Just set the maintenance light. Done in 10 minutes. See? Now, fun part starts. Your engine. Here's your oil. Here you don't really need to take anything out. The only thing you're gonna need probably pull the dipstick out. What I do is take this out and get stuck sometimes. 6.6 quarts. What I did is, when the car was new, I rolled on it, so that way I know exactly how much oil I need. Get a paper towel, funnel, and we're gonna start filling up. Oil is oil, especially synthetic. It withstands higher temperature and more abuse. So they say 20,000, can probably go even 25. You know, and don't do that Mickey Mouse oil change every 2 months like somebody I know. You know, very easy. So I'm gonna show you this guy, synthetic stabilizer. This guy is very good. Extends the life of the engine, so it stabilizes the oil, so you can even push it more. So I'm gonna put probably about 1 quart in there. Let me see if I got a level on it. Probably don't have a level. So I put by eye. It's about half a quart right now. It's like a honey. It's basically like a honey. See? Nice clear. I'm gonna add it more, but first I'm gonna put regular oil. Like I said, this is the one I use. I wish they had the other one, which is good for a whole year, called like a 1 year annual. The oil was great. I use it since I bought the car in 2014. I think I changed like 2 times in the dealership because it was a free coupon, and after that I started doing it myself right away. And I switched on the Mobile One for a whole year, and I got 200,000 miles right now, and I have absolutely no problem with the engine. Nice and quiet and everything else. Plus I drive a lot of miles on the highway, so my 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 miles comes real fast. And you can see the oil like a brownish, and don't worry about color. The oil would be turning black in a week. It doesn't mean that oil is bad. Some people say, oh my god, I change oil when I see oil is black. That's not correct. The oil could get black in a 2 days period of the engine running, because exhaust through the pistons rinse. Depends what kind of engine, who designed it, German, Toyota, whatever. Some cars oil stays clean for a long time. Some cars get dirty right away. That's not an indicator of your oil bad or not. Okay, so now I fill this up, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull my dipstick, and I'm gonna get a close idea how close I am, even as a minute or two. And after I drive 1 week, I pull the dipstick out after 1 week, and I double check. The way I know if it's needs to be added or it's just enough. Right now it looks like just enough. I'm gonna do one more time, maybe add it a little bit. Stabilizer, you know. Yeah, this is right on the money. I'm gonna add a little bit stabilizer in there, and that's it. Just a little bit. And then oil change is done, and the only thing gonna be left, bring the used oil back to AutoZone, and that's it. See how simple? Not a rocket science. Now what I'm gonna do is here, real simple. Move this out of the way. Remember, I gotta find that stupid washer inside there. Maybe I find it, maybe I not. So, put this on the side. Do this like that. Right in the middle. Cap back in the car. This right here. Boom. Done with this. See, I close the hood. I'm all good. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drain it and put it in this piece. Simple, straightforward. Of course, you might not fit all the way. Beautiful chocolate. See? What's gonna happen? This oil is gonna go back to manufacturer. You're gonna filter it. They're gonna put some additive, they're gonna stabilize, and they're gonna reuse it and resell it back in the store. So I'm sure I might not have enough of this container because, like I said, it's almost 7 quarts in there. We're gonna see. Take this guy, fill this up, fill this up all the way. Now we're gonna move to reset that engine thing, the maintenance light. 2 seconds, let me just drain it down. So I don't have to waste my paper towel much. Oh, here's the washer. Bingo, found the washer. The new one I dropped. I can save that. See, went all the way to the bottom because aluminum heavier than oil. Make it look like nice, brand new. Okay. Alright, let me go back and I'm gonna show you next video how to reset maintenance light. So I'm ready to reset maintenance light, but I forgot one thing. I forgot this cover. So I'm gonna put this cover back on. See those little pins right here? That's where that thing is going to. Just goes in here like this, in the back. Boom. That's it. Simple. I roll back. I'm gonna roll back, and before that I'm gonna reset. So key or auto start, push button, same thing. Push it twice, hook in here. See this thing? And go here on your trip. Make sure you're on trip A. See the trip A? So what you do is you turn it off. You don't need to start it. You push it first before you set it on the trip A, when the car is off, you push that thing and hold it, and then second hand you push the start twice. Don't start the car. Watch what's gonna happen on display. It says resetting maintenance there. Boom. Very simple. You ready to go? Now inside here, let's do this real quick. Let's do this real quick. We're gonna go to the app, maintenance, engine oil. Now, see, I still had 6,000 to go. See, I changed it way before that. See, I had 20,000 also on it before. And I was aiming for a 10/18/22, but miles came first anyway, and I knew it's time to change. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this. I change this for 12/18/22, which is probably miles gonna come first anyway. So I'm gonna do in October. Distance 20 reset right away, so I'm good for another 20,000. As you can see, it just hit OK. Boom. That's to go. Okay, what is this? I got personal. What is this? Transmission. I wrote myself. See, I make a note for myself. Transmission, get only 4 quarts trans, and that's actually already expired. See, 40,000. So I'm gonna change to when it gets warmer. Transmission oil. So that's about it. So I'm gonna start the car. And don't believe what people say about oil. This is the real fact. You don't need to change it all the time, every 3,000 miles or 5,000 miles. I got brakes, emergency brakes. Here you go. See? I'll put this back in the odometer. And I'm done. I'm just gonna take away my racing ramps and I'm good to go.